Today I am joined by a close friend of mine as we discuss single motherhood. Busi, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Roses in Conversation. So let's start first. Back in our childhood, what do you know about motherhood?
I can say what I know about motherhood from back when we were young. It was just someone that take care of the kids and making sure that they are all fine. And that is what I thought motherhood is.
So would you say that that perception or that idea has changed now that we are mothers?
Definitely it has. Why am I saying that? It's because it's not just about taking care of one person. It's also you doing that while you are also taking care of yourself, so that you don't lose it and without them seeing that actually it can be a bit challenging. So that has actually changed from me being a mother.
So I know I brought you here to talk about single motherhood. So let's discuss where you are right now, raising your gorgeous, beautiful daughter. She loves me too much, Auntie Rose. So tell me about that journey as a single mother.
Where I am now as a single mother, it is at a point where now we are approaching those scary ages as she's actually turning 11 next month. And I'm just scared because of now she's this big girl that I see so much of myself in her, full of this wonder of what is the world, and they just, still have that belief that they can conquer. And I guess my part in that is wanting to make sure that she knows that she can conquer the world. It is there for her to live in and have fun while doing that. I think that is the biggest part that I want her to have, which I feel I didn't have much of.
Yes.
Because we grew up in the strictness and everything. Yes. I am a strict mother. I am, but I try to sometimes just say, let her be.
I was about to ask exactly that. I mean, that age group between 11 and 15 is where the personality comes out. So what is the difference between the way we grew up and the way you are raising your daughter in terms of discipline?
I think we grew up, things were straightforward. It was just you listen to your elders and this is...
Do as I say.
Do as I say, we don't question. But with them now it's different. It's not only our voice that is going through their ears, it's the world, it's loud, and all the information is out there. And you just don't have control over filtering what is it that gets to them.
Yes.
There's only so much that you can do, but the minute they walk out of the door, you're like, what is the world going to tell you that I didn't tell you?
Yes.
Are they telling it to you the way I want you to know it?
Definitely.
And are they saying the correct stuff that will help build the person that I want you to be?
Yes. So when we speak about single motherhood, I think people have probably the perception that this is a person who is out of a relationship and the father is not in the picture there. But I am a single mother myself due to certain circumstances. So what would you say puts you in a situation where you are considered a single mother?
I think just raising a child without a father present in the same household as well. When the commitment between the parents, it's not the same as when we are in the same house, and then we can make sure that the kids follow the same rules, and that can be a bit challenging as well because of now for me, I'm raising a girl and I don't know nothing about boys. I grew up in a family where it's just women. I don't know what I don't know what is it that men do, and I just feel like it's when that, you are missing the male perspective in the house, or maybe not even in the house, just raising her where, a man can say, this is what I expect from you as a child. Because I feel like I get to have to play both parts.
Yes, and mostly we feel that the disciplining side has to come from the father's side. So with that being said, what do you find challenging on a day-to-day, especially now that we are nearing the years of high school? I think that's where the personality comes out. That's where adolescence starts to take place. What do you think is, or what would you say is most challenging right now?
I think the challenging part also for me is I want her to know the different types of love. And love that comes from a male figure, the love that I love you purely. as you are, not without, certain conditions that, men, not in general, but then sometimes they come with, you need to do 1, 2, 3 in order for me to love you.
Yes.
So I want her to experience that love that says, I love you unconditionally,
Yes.
and you are just okay and, beautiful as you are. Sometimes when you hear it from your father, it is different.
It's different.
It hits differently
Yes.
than when you hear it from someone where you're thinking, oh, you're just saying that because you want something from me.
I love that idea. It's very encouraging because my daughter is a teenager now, and I feel, and she's my height, so I feel like I'm being intimidated right now.
Same.
So I know that a lot of us will talk about the downside, the depressing side about motherhood. Are we doing enough? Can we do more? Can we earn more income and teach them more? But let's talk about the good side, the fun side. I mean, being a mother has to have its pros at times.
It does. I think I get to enjoy being a mother because now, I had her when I was very young, and I feel like I get to grow with her. We both growing up, and you mentioned the height. You've seen she's almost my height.
Almost your height, exactly.
Wears my shoes, so we get to go through those experiences together.
Yes.
We get to do the girls' outings where it's just us, and it is so nice because we don't have to worry that where we're going it doesn't accommodate male or boys. We don't have to worry about that because it's like every day it's a girls sleep over type of thing because it's only me and her in the house, and we get to experience all these fun, cute things that we do. So the upside is also just having her love all to myself.
Yes.
I get to wake up every morning with good morning, mommy. Those are the smallest things that just makes it all worth it. It makes it all worth it, and it just warms your heart when she just comes and say thank you. I think my daughter thanks me so much every chance she gets. She tells me that I'm a good mother, and I look at her, she's pretty, and I'm like, I did something good. That is my work, and I love that. I love that. I love raising her. She's such an amazing child, and that is why it scares me because I don't know what teenage years hold for us. But so far, it's been amazing. It's been.
I love that, and I think when she's thanking you so much, she's learned from you how to give grace. Gratitude all the time, and I appreciate that. Do you teach her anything that has to do with the Christian life that you lead on a daily basis?
I do, and the other day she reminded me, and she said, "Mommy, I didn't think you prayed today." And I felt bad because here I am, I've led her into this path, and sometimes, like you said, it's very hard to raise kids, and sometimes you get just so overwhelmed that you don't do the things that you always tell her to do. And when she then comes and talks to me about prayer, it makes things so much easy because I feel, for me, it's no longer a battle of trying to figure out if we are okay. I know we are okay, just the two of us. So with God in it, it just makes everything much, much, much easy. And she is also working that path with me, and it just makes it amazing. It makes it so, so amazing.
That is such a bliss. Do you find that there is this question that goes around, when are you having a second one? I mean, she's almost 11, so the question comes to anyone who's married, not married, and doesn't that bother you? Does that question not come?
The funny thing is, my answer never changed. I think you and I having this conversation, it's always a no. And not because it's not even on a bad thing where I say, it was so difficult, raising her was so difficult, I don't want to do it alone. I think I'm so happy with me and her in this picture, and I'm just struggling with seeing or picturing someone else in it. And it's like we already have a frame that is just sitting there, and it's just as, will I have any kids? I don't think so, but again, I'm believing that if God has that aligned in my path, it will definitely happen.
Exactly,
but
just not right now.
Not now.
No, I hear you. Does she ask you for sibling?
Always.
Okay, that's new.
Whenever I ask her to go to the other room, she's like, you see, if I had siblings, then I wouldn't have to follow you around. Because I think she just thinks I'm a friend. And there are times where you just like, not today.
Yes.
Not now. And she just doesn't understand.
Yeah.
And because she has this reasoning capacity, I don't know where she gets it. But she would say, only if I had a little sister, then I would bother her. So I guess I'm just, but I get it always, all the
hints are
time.
always
yeah,
there.
but I get to have you guys with the, with the kids and
All the other kids, yes. I mean, it's quite important as single mothers to bring the kids together so they can be around their age group as well. I love that. That's how we should raise our kids, to always form a relationship with each other outside of the parents and outside of their school as well. So let's talk about what people think single mother is. I know that we sit in a situation where single motherhood becomes so hard in the dating life. And when you have to add an extra person into the mix, like you said, to love someone else, you're bringing in a third person in there. So what single mother is not what? If you could just put it in a sentence.
It's not, I would say single mother, it's not unhappiness.
Yes.
People tend to think because you are a single mother, it means you're still hung up maybe on the father or something of that matter. But they just associate it with so much of regret. They think you're probably just regretting maybe having the child. Do I? No, I don't. I honestly don't even remember what my life used to be without her. So I think we associate it so much with so much of negativity. Yes, it is hard. Like I believe even when you are raising the kids with both parents being active, it is still hard. But I think if we can just see all that goodness that comes with it, at least you get to, to decide of the teachings that you are going to put out there for your child, and also the stuff that you instill in her. The teachings are very important, and for me is that I don't have the contradiction of having to have someone else's opinion as well, where we come from different backgrounds, and you find that the father the father says no, this is not how we do things, because the father is Venda, I am Bedi Zulu, grew up in that surrounding.
So the beliefs are even
different.
The
beliefs are different. The language as well. What language do we do we speak in the house? It also just makes things to be a bit straightforward. So if we can just maybe remove that, being a single mother is not so bad, and there's no regret. You met a person, you made this amazing human being, and unfortunately life happened and you couldn't be together anymore. But then
I look up to you so much, and I know I became a single mother from a tragic experience, but I've looked up to you in terms of how you've done it and how you keep doing it. There's always this element of smiling and glow and success that you want for your child. So let's talk to other single mothers out there. I know some people are struggling, some people are not coming to terms with it, regardless of what brought them to that stage. What would you say to them? Because Rosen Conversation is for us to sit and talk about these things, and there are certain things that they don't want to talk about. But what advice would you say to them, or words of encouragement?
Live for yourself. And don't as parents we tend to take our life and surround it around the kids. Where is my kid this? Unfortunately, you can't be a good mother if you are not good to yourself. So as a single mother, have those moments of me times. Have fun. I have you guys. I go out. I celebrate life and remove the guilt.
I love that.
Remove the guilt. So many of single mothers are so guilty of feeling guilty of having fun. You're constantly thinking, I can't do this for myself, let me do it for my child first. Sometimes just be selfish. We take care of them so much that we need that time. So if he is a single mother that is struggling, it is not easy, but it's not easy. But take away the guilt. Have those me time. If it means, for me, it sometimes means a glass of wine, and I hide my chocolate so that I can have it alone, because the minute they hear the package going, making a sound, then there's a hand. Wait for them to leave the house and have that pleasure to yourself.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I know this question doesn't get asked a lot, but there are women out there who choose to be single mothers. I just want a child because I'm either financially stable or my age has just gone by. So do you feel that we are still judging people like that?
I believe so, because of the norm. The norm is you shouldn't want to raise a child alone. The child must have both a mother and a father. But if, it comes to that I am comfortable with doing that on my own, why not? If it is something that I believe that I'm capable of, why not? Because some of the times we end up finding ourselves in situations where we stay with men just because of you think you're doing it for the kids. For all you know, it actually is damaging the kids for you to be in that situation. So if it's a decision that you get to have to make and say, you know what, I'm going to do this alone. And if you believe that you are capable enough to do it, then do it. Go ahead and do it.
That is powerful. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for joining Roses in Conversation. I think, in essence, we want to start the conversation of single motherhood and remove the negative perceptions that we have put out there. A mother is a mother regardless of who they are surrounded by and how they do it. Join us again on another episode.